Okay, first time on Dorado for the day, and this map has really started to grow on me, not just as a caster, but a player as well. It's just fun. I don't know what it is exactly about this map that I enjoy so much, but it does tend to favor characters that can get up on top of the roofs. So you see a lot of Pharah, a lot of Junkrat, and a lot of Genji, actually. Not a lot, but a fair amount of Genji does get pulled out from time to time. But that's all standard stuff now, as we've been watching those characters play on King's Row for the last while now. And yet again, we have a Symmetra on defense.
Yep, Symmetra going to be on defense, but this is not unexpected. Even when Symmetra wasn't picked as much, people really liked running her here on Dorado first point. And the reason is that the run back is so long for the defense. It's one of the best defensive holds in the entire game. But if you lose someone, it still takes a while for them to get back. And, talking about Dorado as a cool map overall in the scene, it is one of the most defensive maps in the entire game. We've seen more defensive holds in point A here than any other map. It can be a huge pain for the offense to go forward, and if you trust your defense more than your offense, this is a great map to pick.
Okay, here we go. Getting started here on King's Row. What's going to be out of the attacking team? Let's find out in a second.
So attacking team is on the way. It's going to be soon on the Widowmaker, Zebosai on McCree, Skipjack on Reinhardt, Kratos on the Mercy, Crew on the Zarya, and Nevic's going to be on the Lucio, and soon looking for that early pickoff. Not able to connect right away.
Oh yeah,
both
defense.
Widows will definitely be trying to bloody each other.
Yeah, they're looking, but both Widowmakers are going to back off a little bit. Let's take a look at Soon, who's Widowmaker for the attacking team. He's going to be peeking and hitting the shield, but hasn't connected yet.
He was able to take out Mint pretty early there, so at the very least, Symmetra is not going to be able to build up her teleporter anytime soon, and this is a really good look here for the offense. If they can take this quickly, it'd be huge. Soon gets another pick off on the Nutty B, and Graviton looking like an entirely different team here, very much in their favor here thus far.
And Graviton Surge, they're playing with Zarya, staying true to their namesake.
Look at this tire coming from behind, gonna take out Skipjack as Ladano was able to pick up a double kill. Absolutely uncontested back here on the archway, and what was looking pretty good for the offensive Graviton is immediately shut down. Ladano even throwing out the spray for good measure.
Alright, so after getting the payload square into the middle of the market area, they got completely shut down, so Graviton Surge synced up again near the spawn point, and we'll be pushing forward again here. And I do like the combo. It's such a potent combo of Reinhardt and Zarya. And you're thinking, it doesn't always sound like it would be the best combo ever, but basically Zarya allows Reinhardt to not have to have his shield up all the time. So it's allowing Skipjack to put the shield down when he needs to, let it regen on energy, and still not die. It also allows Reinhardt, if you time it well with the bubble, Zarya bubble, Reinhardt can push straight in and dash forward with much more impunity than he would be able to otherwise.
All right, and right now the offense feels a little bit stymied. They're not really going in as decisively as they'd like. Nutty B moving forward a little bit, looking for a no-shower. Not able to get it just yet. In fact, going to get charged out. Big pick coming out from the offense. They're going to res some of the Fallen, and we'll see if they can push this forward. Well, let's take a look at Zap in the back. Zap does have the resurrection. Might not even need to use it, as Reinhardt can just come through the teleport. But Graviton Surge is going to come out. It's going to pull both Junkrat and Mercy, and they're both going to go down. No resurrection will be coming in. And now if Mercy can't get to this teleport in time, this could spell very bad news here for the defense of NG Blue.
Yeah, Nutty B going to strike back, though. So NG Blue still holding on here, even though it's just 1.64 meters away from the checkpoint. They have held on in the nick of time, and they will continue this hold here on the first checkpoint.
Yeah, this first checkpoint, of course, can be absolutely terrifying for offenses to actually try and get through, and right now, NG Blue is illustrating just why. Ladano now back on his perch, looking for pickoffs. Was probably looking to see if Widow would come up the other direction. Widow, of course, already established on the other side. Lots of mind games that can happen here in Widow v Widow between teams, but offensively, I gotta think with all the ults they have now, the offense of Graviton, they really need to make something happen right here, right now. They don't want to lose this push and then have to go for the last second, oh crap push, because they're probably not gonna have ultimates after this push anyways. So I think this is do or die here. They either win on this push or they lose.
All of NG Blue coming from the left-hand side. They're gonna be pushing forward with the speed boost. Zebosai looking for a couple of kills, unable to collect anything at all. There comes the sound barrier. So all of the ultimates at once being dropped for NG Blue, or sorry, excuse me, for Graviton Surge as they're trying to make some progress. It's getting closer and closer to the checkpoint, but the kills going the way of the defending team. Defense NG Blue holding strong so far.
Not only is NG Blue holding on, but look at Lodano. Lodano's on the top, not really getting harassed at all, able to take out Zebosai. The offense is regrouping a little bit. They were able to clean up some of it.
Ooh.
Soon takes out Lodano, so I think they're going to get this. They were able to get on this push. It was a little bit hectic for a moment, but in the end, we see that Graviton able to get that moving, but it took them just about all their time to do so.
Yep. Definitely want to be able to collect that first checkpoint a little bit earlier, but at least they're able to get it. Continue their lifeline on Dorado and attempt to finish out the map here. And an early move straight up to the top of the balcony, and this is just so common to see. You always want to take the high ground advantage as early as you possibly can. For this exact reason, it's really tough to hit folks who do have that high ground advantage, and of course using the Reinhardt shield to great effect. But really no one on the attack team. Oh, here they come. They're dropping down all at once, CP.
Yeah, was able to get off on that, immediately took out Zebosai. It started out with a pick from Lodano, and the defense in a very dominant position right now. They have the offense on the ropes. There is a resurrection coming out, though. We'll see if this is enough to turn it around. Soon does get one pick off, as the offense now is starting to make their case. Skipjack takes out Zap. There will be no extra resurrection coming out from the defense here, as Soon able to get some revenge on the Lodano, and the offense really turning that in their favor in short order. And now we'll see if Soon can keep this momentum up, moving even further forward to try and secure this point.
Soon is in kind of a dangerous position all by himself, so far forward. Will he be able to get any early picks? No, he does back off to join up with his team, and Zebosai is just waiting. Zebosai does not have a good tell on where the opponent's team is, but they'll be coming out with a big high noon here in just a second. Zebosai from the high ground, high noon coming, and no, Lodano shuts that down, CP.
No, is able to shut down. We do see the Earth Shadow coming up for the offense. Skipjack going in. His team is dying all around him, though. 3 kills for the defense, make it 5, as Lodano really keeping in a high degree of damage from behind his Widow. And right now, the times where Graviton has done the best is when Soon has counterpicked Lodano. It hasn't happened as much as it needs to happen, and Lodano has really been a big thorn in Graviton's side thus far.
And 2 ultimates up for the attacking team, and they also will have vision of everything going on the map right now with the Widowmaker ultimate. So it's somewhat even on both sides, 2 ultimates in piece. But the first kills all going the way of Graviton Surge, able to pick up 3 quick ones by Soon here. Soon is in dangerous position.
Graviton Surge got 3 kills with Graviton Surge. And they're keeping moving forward. Crew able to take out Lodano. The threat is down. Soon absolutely laying in damage from the back. Really coming alive here. The resurrection, though, coming out from Zap. This isn't over yet for the defense, so they are not in a great position.
No, this is
one of the last people hitting the point, charges into the wall. And this should be a checkpoint capture. In fact, it has already been captured. The offense is moving forward. So Graviton Surge finding their footing once again.
That was, frankly, a counterproductive resurrection for NG Blue. They resurrected just as the checkpoint was taken, and all of them died. So that means that they're not going to be able to group up for another couple seconds here. Finally, just now, all getting to be kind of together. They're even still not really together. They're spread apart across the map very evenly, and Shade's actually switching on over to Genji, and I like to see Genji on this point. The sword can come into play big time, and he will be going after Soon. It looks like maybe, actually, Soon, he's gonna reflect this
the beautiful reflect comes in. Shades making his mark well known there. And that pickoff could spell the death knell here for the offense. They're gonna have to back off and regroup. Now look at Shade. Shade's at 40% on Genji, and once Dragon Blade comes into play, it can be absolutely devastating.
Yeah. Especially on this, as the payload does move up around this last bend here, you'll see a lot of teams with just everybody kind of on the payload at once. When you're pushing on attack, you tend to bunch up on this last point. So yeah, that Dragon Blade could come in huge.
Alrighty, Soundbearer coming out here from the offense. The offense wanting to end this right here and right now. Kratos, though, was picked off immediately by Lodano. That's going to be a little bit rough. Shade's taking out Soon. So even though they came in with that Soundbearer, things are not quite working out as well as they'd like. And look at Shades getting in behind the Reinhardt. Takes him out. Moving forward. Zarya is going to go down. And this is going to be a good hold coming out from the side of NG Blue. And NG Blue, they only have to hold for about another 2 minutes here.
You're right, TP. This next engagement, fireworks will be going off, as we'll probably have 3 ultimates up for the attacking team. And actually, check this out. Soon has switched off of Widowmaker and onto Genji.
Interesting. I mean, I think he does have enough time to build a Dragon Blade, but it's going to be very, very close. He's definitely not going to have it on this push. Look at this. The Reaper in the corner. They didn't check the corner. Graviton coming down from Crew will be enough. Only pulls into Lucio, and he gets just absolutely dunked on by Ur. Ur with the Deadeye makes a triple kill here thus far. Going to get taken out by the Fire Strike in the end. We'll see if the offense can turn this around, but a little bit sloppy coming out from the side of Graviton. And definitely did not land their Graviton coming out from Crew.
Rez is going to bring back the defending team, and they're collapsing from every angle. Shades drops his ultimate and gets a couple of kills. That will solidify their position on the payload. And just taking a look at the attacking team, they only have one ultimate to their name. So they've got to find a way to get into the fray, start dealing damage, build up ultimates. Soon could have his ultimate if he's lucky for this last engagement here. But they don't have a lot of time to work with.
No, not at all. I mean, this is effectively going to be the last push. I'm not even sure Soon will get that Dragon Blade up. Deadeye, though, is coming out from Zebosai. Zebosai desperately hoping to kill at least one person with this. Might not happen, and in fact, he gets taken out by Ladano instead. The turnaround is real. 3 quick kills here for the defense. And this might be the swan song for Graviton, as they are just getting absolutely bullied here by the defense of NG Blue.
Yeah, Skipjack now going down and out, and at this point, half of the attacking team won't even be able to get into this next engagement in time. It's gonna all come down to Zebosai's Tracer. He's got to open it up and do some work here. Let's watch Zebosai and if he can make him, see if he can make a miracle.
This is the Hail Mary of Overwatch right now. Tracer's gonna try and delay on the point. Soon is gonna be coming up the Dragon Blade, but he's already lost so much health. I don't know if he's gonna be able to live as this happens. He's moving into the back. The sound barrier really hurting his Dragon Blade here. He's not getting anything done. Finally kills Ladano at the very end, and we'll see if it's gonna be enough.
All right, Soon, the next person who has to make a miracle. Basically, everyone has to play perfect now. Crew, last one up, and they will not set a time on Dorado. So Graviton's Surge shut down. After the first point, they looked kind of shady. Or, I guess
yeah, NG Blue, I mean, they were able to really bring the Graviton Surge. Graviton Surge did have their moments of greatness within the game. It just didn't happen enough. I don't think that they did a good enough job dealing with Ladano. Ladano was a huge threat the entire time. I might have liked to have seen the Genji come out a little bit sooner, but in any case, this will be moving to the next round, and all NG Blue has to do to win this game, they have 2 outs. They can either cap the second to last point quicker, or they can simply complete the map. Either way will give them 1 map over Graviton Surge.
That was an interesting play of the game. I'm not sure why a two-man res got play of the game there, but... All right, guys, so we're going to switch sides. And it's going to be NG Blue's turn to attack here on Dorado, and they'll be looking to set a time. If they can set any time at all, they will take the first map. So they got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Prepare to attack.
Definitely. I mean, if you're NG Blue, this is exactly what you wanted coming into this. And now, I mean, their destiny is in their own hands. If they simply complete the map, they will be up 1-0. Lots of outs here for him to win. And for the defense, switching up and looking at what Graviton has to do to win, I think they just need to hold on point A. I think if NG Blue is able to get through this very first point, it will probably be game over, because stopping them in the streets phase and holding them beyond that is going to be pretty darn difficult.
Yeah, and I think actually it took some time for that first checkpoint to be collected. I think it was collected with just about a minute left for Graviton Surge. So that means that if NG Blue are able to get to the first checkpoint in less than, I think, about 4 minutes, that should be the win right there, I believe.
Yeah, it absolutely would be. All right, so taking a look here at the defense coming out from the side of Graviton Surge is going to be Soon on the Widowmaker, Skipjack on Reinhardt, Nevix on the Symmetra, Crew on the defensive Junkrat, Kratos on Mercy, and Zebosai on McCree. And the key to victory here for them, more than anything else, is I think Soon needs to stop Ladano. He didn't do as good of a job on it last map as he needed to. He did have some moments of greatness, but Ladano needs to be stopped.
Enough waiting around.
Okay, guys. NG Blue looking pretty strong, of course. The last time these two teams played, NG Blue did come out on top. So looking to do it again here and move on for a chance to play reunited in the loser bracket final and a chance to go to the grand finals as well.
Indeed. All right, so here we go. The timer has started. There is no official time, since all they have to do is really finish the map outright. But here we go. We'll see what the offense has in store. Shades repping the Pharah. We've seen a lot of cool Pharah play here today. We'll see if he can get past the Widowmaker of Soon.
All right. And the spam of the Junkrat will begin. Crew gonna be spamming away here, trying to get some splash damage and take down that Reinhardt shield of the attacking team. And looks like Graviton Surge are more than happy to kind of wait back behind the archway. They don't really want to push any further forward, but it's going to be Ur coming from the side. Ure is going to get the first kill for his team, but it is still 5-on-5 for this next engagement.
Yeah, Crew was able to take out Lodano. That was a huge pick. Even if it was a Junkrat on the Widow, something you don't see all the time, still very, very vital from Crew. And the offense now just looking for an opportunity. This is where teams are pretty tentative about entering this courtyard. This courtyard can be nothing short of deadly. As soon able to take out Shades. And Shades is gonna have a rough time as Pharah. I mean, dealing with the Widow like that can be all sorts of difficult. I think his best bet is for Lodano to take care of soon and then he goes in after, but that's gonna mean a lot of waiting back here for Pharah as the offense now just really being patient and taking their time.
Yeah, I like to see this as well. They just want to building up those ultimates as quickly as they can. Nevix already has the teleporter, so we're gonna see where Nevix drops this teleporter in just a second. Yeah, we'll be all the way around back. Teleporter in a pretty safe position now.
Yeah, and this is going pretty well here for the defense of Graviton Surge. I mean, they're well set up. The offense is being very tentative. They have the teleporter up. And at some point, the offense needs to make a move. They're looking for the right opportunity, but they just have not found it yet. So they're just sort of poking back and forth without a whole lot of effect. Oh, look at this. Lodano over the top. A beautiful shot onto Soon. That's exactly what they needed. Resurrection might be coming out here soon as Skipjack is going to go down. Kratos will be bringing up the Fallen Heroes, but this is a huge turnabout here for the offense. The offense, so quiet for such a long time, suddenly exploding, but look at Nevix in the back getting the double kill, and reinforcements might be coming through the teleporter here in just a second.
There is time to get back on the fray and stop this checkpoint from being collected. They have to do it now, though. Otherwise, they're going to lose this first map here on Dorado.
And the offense coming in. They're moving in. They definitely don't want to get absolutely wrecked here, but the offense is going to move in here. So now the offense, if they can get to the second point in a bit of a quick time, that will be it. They have a lot of time left to just win off that win condition alone. And look at how far they are moving up here. They are moving in so far away from the payload. 4 people up, 2 people left of the payload. We'll see if this pays off.
All right, Shades is coming up, and he's going to be facing off against pretty much everyone. That's a quick res by Zaphe to keep his team going for a little bit longer, but almost the entirety of the defending team trying to come out of a single door, which could be very bad for them, but it actually worked out okay in the end.
It did work out. We do have the McCree double flashbang coming out. Zebosai gonna come out on top. Has the Deadeye at the ready. Might drop it here any moment in the defense now. A little bit of renewed vim and vigor here for the side of Graviton Surge. They're able to move out and sort of re-secure the area, but they lose Kratos in the process and a little bit rough.
Okay, so defense a little bit on the back foot here as the payload continues to move. And there looks like NG Blue is working on what could be quite a good time here on Dorado. Potentially, but 2 quick kills now going the way of the defense. So this next engagement almost surely going to be a defense-oriented one.
Yeah, the defense is moving in. Earthstar comes down from Skipjack. Doesn't hit as much as you'd like. There's still 2 kills here for the offense. Holding on to a Deadeye. This could be a prime Deadeye opportunity if Reinhardt can follow up with a charge. We'll see if they go for that play or not. The offense, though, waiting for some of the respawns to come back in. And note, we're talking about big ultimates. Let's take a look at Shades. Shades in the fray of things here does have a barrage, might be looking for the flank. So the offense definitely has some options here as they move forward.
Yeah, they've got ultimates galore. They're about to have all 6, man. That is, you actually don't really see that super often. And there's no way that defense can hold against this. If they do, it's an absolute miracle. Here comes Shade with the rocket barrage. He's also got the sound barrier to boost him up a little bit, but so far defense holds strong.
Defense holding very strong here. The Pharah really forced that barrage. It was a little bit rough. The Resurrection will bring up a lot of those fallen offensive heroes, but just as soon as they come back up, they're going back down. With the Deadeye trying to turn this in his team's favor. Will take out the Reinhardt at the very least. Still alive as Uri takes out Zebosai. Coming alive is the offense's McCree, but the defensive res coming up. And now this is very, very rough for the offense of NG Blue.
Should not have been able to hold that.
How is yours still alive? I don't he is in the back, gets 2 more kills even after the res. They're not dealing with him at all, and this is a problem right now for Graviton.
Oh my goodness, what is happening here? The defense had a massive advantage, but Ur was not targeted, he was not called out. Maybe a lack of communication or something like that for Graviton Surge, because that should not have happened either.
No, absolutely not, and this is going back and forth right now. The offense definitely with the momentum, and the defense, this still might be within the time where they lose if this is capped right now, so they can't go away. It's very, very close to being a game off this, but a big Earth Shower comes down from Skipjack, going to clear things out a little bit, but Soundbear coming up from the offense, and here they go. They get to the next point, and time-wise, I think this is too close to call. In fact, it might be a slower time than what Graviton set.
Yeah, I don't
It's really, really close.
think so. I think Graviton was a little bit behind this pace.
We'll review the VOD after, if necessary, but that's where it's too close to call. Both teams need to keep playing. And we'll see now if the offense is able to cap the last point. If they cap the last point, that it is absolutely moot, and it will be their victory. So NG Blue looking to put the dagger in the heart right here, right now, as Ladano takes out Soon. A big first pick coming out from Ladano. As he makes it a double, down goes Nevix.
Zebasai and crew are going to respond, though, so it's still 4 versus 4. Actually, 4 versus 3. Attacking team with a small advantage here.
They have the attacking team out with the res here. Ladano did have the triple kill to start things out. Defensive res coming out, but Kratos going to go down the Shade, and Shade very close to building a Dragon Blade right now. About to be up with that damage of Winston. And here we go. Will the slicing dicing be enough? He has 76 in his sights. Will take out Crew. Crew's been a huge problem. Takes out Soon. Has a double. Can he get more? Slicing and dicing. Lucio now running for his life. Lucio will go down to the Hammer of Reinhardt. Melee attacks all over the place as NG Blue very, very close to finishing this out now.
Oh, we're 1.17 meters away, but here comes the defense. They're on the payload, contesting this thing, and this is actually looking like it's going the way of the defense now as Shade's forced to back off, and Shade's now in danger zone all by himself, being healed up, but he's 1 versus many.
He 1 versus many, did have the Mercy healing him in the back. Mercy, though, going to go down, and now I think Shade's wisely going back up, but the payload making a whole lot of progress, and there's at least about 3 good pushes left here for the side of NG Blue, so they have to like the situation they're in right now.
Okay, what can Shades do? Still low on health here. Needs a friendly Mercy to come save him. I don't think the defending team at least knows where Shades is, so this could be some kind of advantage, but here comes the sound barrier, and this is the time now for NG Blue to attack.
They're rushing out the sound barrier. Both Reinhardt's going to butt heads. Both defensive Reinhardt going to go down. The offense definitely with a bit more momentum here, pushing the defense back. Resurrection going to come out, not get resing anywhere near his mount as they would have liked. Defensive sound barrier, though, will it be enough? Crew still alive, dancing around here, but a huge Earth Shower coming down, knocking down 3 defenders. And this might be it. They only need a little bit more to cap this out. They have most of their people alive on the point. Dragon Blade about to come out from Shades. Here's the Dragon Blade, slicing and dicing, moving to the back. Diva, in fact, out here to try and buy some time. But Shades with the double kill makes it a triple. And Fishsticks, I think this is going to go the way of NG Blue.
Yeah, in the very, very end here. One last chance to try to stop this payload, and no, it's going to roll into its final resting place. And the first game going to NG Blue in the loser bracket semifinals. Nice stuff, though. Making it somewhat close there on the first map.
Play of the game.
Ladano with play of the game, no surprise there. Ladano absolutely having a good run of it, both on offense and on defense. Just take a look at what he did here.
Drop the beat.
Helden sterben nicht.
Widowmaker play is
twice.
always impressive.
That's actually, that's one of the things where you never really want to be on the receiving end of, where there's a play of the game and you get killed twice in the same play of the game. It's like, oh god, not this play. Not like this, but Ladano definitely having a good run of it.
Nice stuff. Right, guys, so wonder where we're going to head next. Will it be Lijiang Tower, or will it be Nepal? Either way, it's the first time we're seeing either of these maps, or any King of the Hill map in general.
Yeah, King of the Hill, I feel like now that 2CP is out of the rotation, people are sort of putting their ire on the King of the Hill. Even though King of the Hill, I mean, we've had great games on it, and especially now we have one hero limit for King of the Hill, you definitely see a little bit more variety and a little bit more clarity from the casting end as well.
All right, Nepal it is.
Nepal it is indeed. NG Blue up 1-0 now over Graviton Surge, looking to bring their way into the losers bracket finals. We'll see if they can get there.
And it is the first time we're seeing King of the Hill for the whole tournament so far today, so I'm actually quite curious to see what kind of hero lineups we do see, especially now that it is one hero limit. You know, King of the Hill has favored the repeat heroes even more so than a lot of other maps or game modes in general. King of the Hills, where we've seen the double Winston, the double Lucio, the double Tracer, the double McCree, the double even going back a month or two, we used to see double Reaper all the time on these King of the Hill maps as well. So folks are gonna have to try some new stuff, I think.
Indeed. I think the comp we saw the most, that's a point where we had all sorts of meme names for it, was the double Winston, double Tracer, double Lucio. I mean, God, someone called it Jet Set Monkey Radio. Like, I don't even know. It just got to a point of just sort of absurdity. But we will not have 4 Winstons fighting each other in the field of battle this time around. 1 hero to each team of each type. And we'll see what teams come out with. But probably a lot of Zarya on both sides, if I had to guess.
Yeah, likely to see a Winston and a Zarya, or maybe a Reinhardt and a Zarya. Those 2 combos seem to be doing quite well on control maps, King of the Hill. Don't think we're going to see Roadhog or D.Va too much here. But yeah, would be shocked if both teams don't end up choosing a McCree. Will we actually see a Torbjorn? I somehow doubt it.
I feel like this is a troll. I feel like he's just bringing up the Torbjorn. Giving a shout out to all those who enjoy Aardvark, but McCree is what he'll actually be on. And this is interesting. If Ludano goes Widowmaker on this point of Nepal, it's a little surprising because this is not the most Widow-friendly King of the Hill stage.
No, it's not. In fact, there's only really one good vantage point for Widowmaker. That is a good vantage point, but it's like very, very minute. You know where the Widow is going to be in most cases, and it's right exactly where Ludano is set up right now.
Alrighty, so looking here at Graviton Surge as we move forward. Ludano, though, going to take out Soon immediately, so he's proving Widow's worth in the beginning. Ludano, absolute beast on Widowmaker here in the set thus far. And that first pick is really going to give a positioning advantage to NG Blue as they move forward.
All right, so in terms of positioning, it's all about Graviton, or sorry, it's all about NG Blue. They're on the point first, they collect the point first, but both teams are still up and in the fight. It's 5 versus 5 on the point now.
Yeah, no, fights taking place on the side, taking place on the side. Soon right now, getting some good damage in, down to 80 HP. Winston going to spell his doom with the aid of Junkrat. Double kill coming out from the side of Shades, and Junkrat also sometimes pretty effective on this stage of King of the Hill. Don't see him on all King of the Hill maps, but right now Shades definitely making it work. Pick up the triple in that last fight, and just like that, we see Graviton Surge coming back.
Pretty interesting lineup here by NG Blue. I'm a little bit surprised to see Junkrat on this point, where we've seen McCree. Well, they do have a McCree, but we've seen Tracer be so good, and of course also Zarya. I mean, Zarya, she's got, her gun is like the perfect range for this inner sanctum point here. Once she's in the middle, she can deal damage to basically anyone coming from any side. So Zarya also really nice on this point.
Alright, so the offensive Graviton Surge back. No, I said Graviton Surge coming back, but in reality it was NG Blue, and Shades for NG Blue take out Nevix with that concussion mine. Moving in, Graviton Surge is coming out, but they've already lost so many people, won't be effective. It might just be Soon getting deep in right after that Graviton, but the Resurrection going to undo a lot of that work. We do see the Sound Bearer coming out here from NG Blue. NG Blue getting on top of the point. And this is working out for them here. They're maintaining control of the point. They're pushing out Graviton Surge, and they're 40% away from winning this outright.
Wow, I'm actually really impressed with Crew right now. I think we should give him a little bit of limelight because his aim with Zarya has been absolutely nutty. Yeah, just as I'm talking about him, he finally goes down. But Crew doing serious work as Zarya.
Conterra's Curse a little bit in progress, but look at this Graviton Surge after that Res Air, able to get back on top of the point. They're pushing things out. We do see a Primal Rage coming out from Nutty B, just trying to stall things out and buy time, and it's a smart thing to do because while he's doing this, the percentage is still going up. Even if they end up taking it back, that's all that percentage that they're not going to get.
86 now versus 13%, but it is Graviton Surge firmly in control now. Crew gonna get the first kill for his team, and maybe this is the opportunity to give Crew some limelight, perhaps.
It's in the back with the Dragon Blade. Able to take out Ludano, gets at least one key kill there. Now in the back, dodges the flashbang, doing what he can to stay alive and deflects into Ur. Surprised that ended up working out like that, but soon definitely breathing some new life into Graviton Surge.
Okay, and it's 4 ultimates now up for Graviton Surge versus only 2. for the defending team. They need to push in onto the point. Of course, they're not defending because we're on control. What I meant to say is NG Blue. But here we go, NG Blue, they want to engage, but it's going to be an uphill climb. They have to face off against all of these ultimates that are going to be up in this next engagement.
All right, Deadeye coming out here from the defense of Graviton Surge. They want to hold on to this point. You're waiting for his opportunity. Does have Deadeye at the ready, waiting for the rest of his team to go in. Has Nevix in his sights. Nevix getting dangerously close to flashbang range. But here comes the Deadeye. Does not kill anything as you're about to go down. The Lucio, if he's not careful, has to dodge for cover. Genji now in his face, and he stays alive. He had barely any HP to start that out. Somehow lives.
Oh, big res bring everyone back up.
Surge.
Yeah, Kratos is in the right place at the right time, and that's pretty good for his team, but it's Ladano who's going to get a couple kills as Reaper, now switching off Widowmaker.
First time today, I think we've seen Ladano not on Widowmaker, moving in, doing some work on the Reaper, and Reaper definitely seeing a lot more of him in one hero limit, as Ladano, 3 kills so far on this fight, and NG Blue making a case as they try and bring this back in their favor.
And even though that res is only bringing back 1, they have such a good man advantage on the point now that I think that was totally worth it for NG Blue. And they're going to cap it out, getting the first cap here on the ball.
Well played, the NG Blue. NG Blue that much closer to moving on. Note that if Graviton Surge loses this next round, that will be it. There are no third chances here. This is the loser's bracket. And NG Blue will officially eliminate them from the tournament should they win this round.
Right, NG Blue now switching to this next point. It's much more open, and I think if Ladano doesn't play Widow on this point, but played her on Sanctum, that's kind of strange. But it looks like Ladano's playing Zenyatta for the first time today. We're seeing Zenyatta come into play, and I actually don't hate this. I mean, Zenyatta can still dole out a ton of damage. His ultimate keeps your team so healthy. So interesting to see Ladano going with Zenyatta here.
No, definitely. Zenyatta has basically been milk cart status for a long time. You know, have you seen this hero? But thus far, working out pretty well. 2 quick kills here for the side of NG Blue. Make it 3. And now if they just add 1 or 2 more, this should be all they need to get first control of the point here on the second round of Nepal.
Oh, Zebasai left with just a sliver of health, and Nutty's going to be able to slice him down, or zap him down, rather. And first pick is going to be easily going the way of NG Blue. And not a good side if you're fans of Graviton Surge, because Graviton Surge is just on their last legs. They could go down and out, and it all comes down to this point here on Nepal.
Yeah, and one thing that's a little bit surprising me, no Genjis here. We usually see some Genji play on here. Genji was doing well earlier on the last round, but not coming out. Crew able to take out Nutty B pretty early on in this fight. Not as charged up as he would like to be. Both teams brawling it out. And again, NG Blue starting to work things in their favor, but soon coming right back. An absolute brawl. Both teams trading off kills. And finally here, it's looking like NG Blue might be coming out ahead, but this is a vicious fight. Both teams really getting their shots in.
Oh, Ladano's Zenyatta's making it happen. Not necessarily only because of his damage output or his healing, but the Discord Orb has been a serious game changer so far for NG Blue. Especially if you throw a Discord Orb on a tank or something like that, they just melt so much faster. So Skipjack now in a dangerous position.
Oh, Zap came in, landed the stick. A beautiful stick coming out here from the defense of NG Blue as they hold on to this point. And setting things off on the wrong foot for Graviton Surge. Graviton Surge just getting completely wrecked on all levels right now. Flanked from all sides, they're taken out. And now Fish Sticks, they only have about 2 good pushes left in this round. If they don't make anything happen, that is it. They are done.
They have a big ultimate advantage in this next engagement, including the Mercy res. And of course, there is no Mercy for NG Blue. So a big engagement, a hyper-aggressive engagement where they purposefully try to go for as many kills, and even if they die as possible, could go their way, because Kratos can then just revive everyone. Is that what we're going to see here?
Very possible. The crew going to drop the Graviton Surge. Oh, gets 2 people in. It will be enough. Zen's going to be one of the people down there. And this is do or die now for the side of Graviton Surge. The team, not the ultimate, soon picking up the double kill. And they're making a case. 76 charge here for Zarya. Crew just melting people. And they're going to take this. This is exactly what they need to do. But now, Fish Sticks, the trouble is they need to hold it for the rest of the round.
All right, Zappy now going to switch on over to Tracer. So we're going to see Tracer with the Harmony Orb. What is this, a month ago? All right, Tracer going to come from the side. Trying to do some flanking, but great positioning, actually, I think, here for Graviton Surge. They're calling this out early and often. They have the high ground, and they know exactly where NG Blue is coming from at this point.
Alrighty, you're right now. Waiting for the rest of the team to go in. Will be dropping a Deadeye any moment. But on the opposite end, Soon has people in his sights, but perhaps not enough as Shade's going to take him out in the 76v76 battle.
Yeah, and 76 is all, you don't see it being too big of a game changer most of the time, especially when Reinhardt's in play, but when you don't have the Reinhardt shield, that 76 ult just did serious work, and with 97%, this could be it. This could be the end for Graviton Surge.
And there it is,
Right.
Graviton saying GG, so crew...
no.
Wait, is it GG yet, though? They're still trying to contest. Maybe saying GG a little bit too soon. We'll see, but no. It is fully GG. There will be no last gasp. And NG Blue will be moving on to face Reunited in our losers bracket grand final, or losers bracket finals. And then the winner of that will be moving on to the grand finals.
All right, we did see some nutty play out of Soon here. No ultimate though.
Fire at will.
Oh, easy peasy. Zarya ult gonna do all the work, and Soon easily picking up those kills. All right, that's gonna be it. And now we'll get Reunited into the server.